marks by my window. It's my chest right in the morning, like a warning. Could have slept here for days. I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe, but it's not real. We were close to see.
Hello everyone, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading and auto write for the week beginning April 9th, 2018. I want to give a special shout out to my father. Happy birthday, Dad. His birthday is this week. So happy birthday, Dad. I love you so much. I also want to say too, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services page. I now have a lot of courses over at Gumroad. I can't list them all here. I've got like a lot of little workshops going on over there. Please head over there, check it out if you are interested. And if you'd like to support my Patreon, all that information will be down below, including the links to the decks that I use. Right now, they are not affiliate links. If they become affiliate links, I will definitely let you know in the description box. All right. How's everyone doing? How was last week? Oh my goodness. All right, so let's begin with the auto write. It says, and what have we learned? You gotta love their sense of humor, right? Some of you continue in your resistance, and we say to you now, we have not abandoned you. God never would, and we will hold space for you. So no matter what happened last week, you're never abandoned. And it could be like where you really... Maybe you had a talk with God, like, why do you allow these things to happen? Or, why are these things unfolding the way that they are? How can we, or more, why are we having to experience like horrific things, tragedies? Why, or on a more individual level, why is everything falling apart? Okay. And they're saying you're still not alone. We're holding space for you. We know these are difficult times, but definitely we're going to help you through it, okay? Others have come to their current epiphanies in allowing guidance through. So some people are kind of learning from what has gone down last week for you as individuals, okay? Epiphanies in allowing guidance through. Life is magical in subtle ways. So you don't have to force the magic. It's already there. If you observe a magic that seems overt or contrived, it is. For many of you born of illusion. I don't know what that means. I think what they're saying is like, and I've witnessed it myself, I'm sure you have too, where everybody's just trying to find meaning in every little thing that happens. And yes, every event is meaningful. Everything is meant for us to awaken something within us, to try to come to an understanding. But I think when they're saying contrived, when they're saying forced, they're saying illusion. These are people who are in their escapist thinking, okay? I'm going to pretend that I'm something I'm not just so I feel better. Or I'm going to pretend like all these mystical things constantly happen to me. Well, those, again, I always say, watch the people that are out there trying to act as if they are more spiritual than anybody else. They're the frauds. I'm sorry, but they're the frauds. And the people who are frauds who end up watching these videos, they get really mad at that and they leave nasty comments below. Look at them. Everybody look at them. That's what I'm talking about. I love it when they kind of come up to the surface so we can all see them. So, just make sure you're keeping an eye out for that kind of stuff. But for you, it almost feels like some people out there are trying to compare their spiritual experiences to others. And if they're like, well, I didn't have a giant vision of an angel, I must not be very spiritual. That's not true. You're having a bit of magic every moment of every day. Truly. All right. So here we go. We're going back to, so it says, many are born of illusion. Let us explain. In your want for a perfect life, you may convince yourself that something is real when it is a mirage. You can be the source of your own trickery, and in so doing, lead yourself away from your highest potential. Give yourselves the chance to see what is possible, and do not rush. Do not fight your lessons. It will not be of benefit to you. Observe the gifts that come. With love, end. So again, I think so many of us are trying to make our lives look perfect, or, you know, me as an angel medium. I mean, if anything, you guys know how I am, right? You know that I show up as a human. You know I'm not going to sit here and go, and you know, it's all about peace and love and light. You know, I mean, good for people who want to do that. If that's authentically who they are, awesome. But I think what this message is saying is stop running away from your true self, number one, and don't run away from your highest self. Does that make sense? I think so. Okay, let's get on to the cards. All right, because I'm in love with these card decks, I'm going to be using the Crystal deck by Rochelle Sharman and the Inna Segal deck. What is it? The Healing, wait, no. Healing Crystal, no. Healing Crystal cards. That's these. The Secret Language of Color. That's what I was trying to, that was hard. I don't know why that escaped me in that moment. Anyway, so let's get on to it here. Let's see. Okay. There's a card that flew right out. Let me get it. It is Petrified Wood, Ancestors. So probably a lot of what has come up maybe had a lot to do with family, ancestral patterns, things that have been passed down. Now, sometimes you know about these stories, but a lot of times you won't, okay? You won't know what patterns are being passed down. I feel like it's down through the female side of the family. So yeah, I mean, for everybody, it's going to be different. I can't, do individual readings right here, but okay, ancestral karma. I'm sorry. This is one of those things where for each person, it is so varied. I can't land on one thing, but watch what happens for each of you as individuals this week around ancestors, ancestral karma, ancestral healing. What are those patterns, especially the female line? So that's where I'm feeling that. So what's been passed down from, your great-grandmother to mother to you kind of thing, okay? So if there's a pattern of abuse, for example, or a pattern of men abusing women in the family, right? Or if you have like a history of cheating or something. This is one tiny, simple, little kind of shallow example. But if that is something that has been passed down through the line, okay, there's a frequency with that, and there's a certain vibration that sort of gets imprinted on children who then think that, well, that's the kind of man I have to marry because that's the kind of man that my mother married, or no, I have to behave this way because that's just what is supposed to happen for women. Just as an example. It could be for the men too, but I think, yeah, it's going to be so individual. You'll just have to pay attention to what that means for you. Okay. Moving on. Okay. We have Pyromorphite Patience. We got that a couple of weeks ago. So I bet some of you was like, no, I'm going to be patient for 2 weeks, and then that's it. So be patient with this process of healing, especially, again, if you're doing family healing, ancestral healing. And it's interesting because we had such a, conflict card, shadow. That was last week, right? I'm not getting confused. I think it was last week. And then we come into this week with this, okay, it's time to heal the family. It's time to heal all the turbulence. Why are we a family that fights? Yeah, it goes beyond that, though. It goes beyond bloodlines. So whoever you deem to be a part of your ancestral lineage. So this goes into cultures, I would say. Groups, your tribe, okay, that sort of thing. But be patient with it. It's not going to happen overnight. This is a big one. And make sure you're not draining your energy in the meantime. Okay. More cards. One more shuffle. Okay. There we go. We have aquamarine communication. So this is from your spiritual team. So the ancestors might be ancestors on the other side. They might be ancestors that have come back to be spirit guides. Now, that doesn't always just automatically happen. It's too much to get into in this video, but a lot of people think that their loved ones go to the other side, and they'll argue this. Oh no, my grandmother is one of my spirit guides. No, she's not. If you knew her, don't get me started. If you got her, if you knew her in the physical, chances are not very good that she just popped over to the other side and now is one of your spirit guides. She's hanging out with you, perhaps. You're talking to her, perhaps. You know, she's watching over you, perhaps. But, you know, the deep spiritual guidance, the communication needs to come from your angels or, you know, the actual guides that, I almost want to say, it's like such a human way of seeing this, but they kind of like go through training, right, to be at a certain level. Or anyway, that's what they're designed for, to help us in our physical experience. So just to be clear, your loved ones on the other side could be hanging out with you. They could be around you. You can be talking to them and all that stuff, but they don't know much more now than, or, you know, what am I trying to say? They don't know much more on the other side than they did when they were in the physical, except what happens when you die. I've said this since I started this channel over 5 years ago. You know what I mean? You know, you can ask Aunt Betty on the other side what her pie recipe was, but I wouldn't go to her for relationship advice. I mean, you know, that's all I'm saying. Okay, anyway, so communication with your spiritual team, your actual spiritual team, and with your angels. All right. Oh, I love this card. Spirit quartz, music. So that's some Sandalphon energy there. Gabriel can be associated with the communication if you want to work with the archangels in that way. I just want to get a full picture here. So music can be, you know, this is more about harmonizing yourself and really coming to peace by letting some old family patterns. It does feel very family, but it's not just bloodlines. It's anybody you consider family. You know, almost for some of you, this is almost like karma for a town, which is interesting too. You know, I'm from a small town in Ohio, and there recently has been such a heroin epidemic. I mean, it's to the point where it's mind-boggling what is happening around here, and it's so sad. And they, you know, even though I'm not really like the people there, because, you know, I haven't been there since I was 18 years, I haven't lived there since I was 18 years old, but still, they're kind of my family, right? My town is my family. It's my hometown. It's where I was born. So there's something to be healed around spirit of family, spirit of place, your ancestors, having patience with the process, and having patience with people. Okay, having patience with people involved as well, and staying very connected to your spiritual team. The music card, leaning on music too, and it feels like it's very much in the heart center, so harmonizing and detoxifying through music. Okay, all right. Can you hear the house finches? I have a little nest that they built out on my balcony, and they wake me up every morning by singing. All right. They're loud. They're really loud. Okay, there's the card. Oh, I love it. Ooh. Okay, Azir, protect yourself. But that's weird. That's weird. The number's 36. Because, okay, without even looking at the words, look at the card. Beautiful, right? There's a breakthrough this week, and it is big, it is deep, it is like family problems, family karma. There's, for some of you that want to go in that direction and do that kind of work, there's a big break. But then it's talking about protect yourself. I want to associate it back to this card, because the communication, we're talking about angelic communication. So when we say protect yourself, it goes back to what I was saying before about watch who you're listening to. Okay, not everybody you're supposed to be listening to on the other side. All right, so protect yourself. But this also feels like protect yourself from the sorrow and the pity and all this stuff. Because, I don't know, as you go through this process, you might hear some horrible stories, you know, of your ancestors and what they went through and so on and so forth. And maybe you're still carrying that pain with you. And they're saying protect yourself. Remember, you're in a different existence than your ancestors were. You might still be connected energetically to some of those patterns, but you can be the generation that stops it. You can be the generation that heals and gets the next generation ready for the future. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. I am sending you so much love, and take care.